Woohoo, would you look at all of this? Yeah, I think definitely for 2022, I've worked my way out of the funk I was in and got back to the important things in life. Accumulating a lot of plastic crap. Let's get started right away. That toy store I've mentioned before, where I traded stuff in. Oh, the first thing in February, first pickup was to trade in that Dark Side and Doomsday that I replaced with the bigger ones, along with Bomber Jacket Cyclops. And it went toward getting this big boy, bringing him home. Strong guy in his old X-Factor costume. Back in my mid-teens, mid-90s, when I first dipped my toes into comics with the old X-Men cartoon, I also picked up some old X-Factor back issues. That's how I got introduced to that team with Havoc and Polaris and this big guy. Back then, a lot of people whined about this character, saying, it sucks that that bomb-wrecked Rage of Apocalypse didn't finish him up. Fuck you! This guy's great. I mean, yeah, he's the big muscle of the team, but he's not dumb. I mean, he's been able to go up against the Hulk, albeit with help, I think it was. I mean, he's got a cool power. He can just absorb kinetic energy, build up more bulk, and then unleash it, sort of like a just purely physical version of Bishop's power. And he's like that goofy uncle. I love that bond he had with Ron Sinclair Wolfbane back then. I mean, he kind of took her under his wing. He was like a goofy uncle. And speaking of which, I still have Wolfsbane from that New Mutants Denny Moonstar Karma Wolfsbane setup. Yeah, they look good together. So yeah. And also later on, I traded even more stuff away, or just sold some stuff. What was it up? Oh yeah, 2 of those still in the package, and the Cobra Viper still in the box, and the Metroid Other Amphibious Samus. I got rid of that because they're going to come out with a Dread one, and I liked Other M, but I did not like that suit in there, so it had to go. And it went toward this. Another X-Factor figure. Forge came on later, but I figured it was important I get him. One of the smartest X people around. Mutant power to invent anything. I mean, gotta have him. And we also got from X-Force, we got Sunspot. I got one of the effects for him. I don't know if he came with alternate hands or not, but it doesn't matter. He's just sitting there looking awesome. I mean, he's super strong too, and he's only grown stronger. He's trained under Cable, so he knows a thing or two about hand-to-hand combat. He's a great character overall. Of course, he was kind of done dirty in the movies, where not only was he not black, in the comics he's Afro-Brazilian, but they kind of made him just like a mutant Human Torch, and there's more to him than that. And then there was the New Mutants movie, which made him look even worse. Bleh. What else was there? Oh yeah, it was a collector's show where I actually was able to pick up a third one of these. Yeah, we had the G.I. Joe 40th anniversary reveal. We already had the new arm builders, the Bats, the Alley Vipers, and now introducing Crimson Guard, but when it comes to arm building purposes, I just like the basic bitch target trooper. I mean, the basic troopers in the cartoon, they look so wussy. It's like they were definitely just cannon fodder for G.I. Joe to beat up. But these guys look badass, full of tactical gear and shit, so yeah. This is the only army building I really feel I need for G.I. Joe. Come on, stand up. And also, I found some of this. Some Moon Knight comics, a buck each. I really don't know anything about the character, but his Disney Plus show is going to start soon, so I figured, why not get some of these? Brush up on the character. Now, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, one last thing I got from that collector's show. A Star Trek Insurrection one. I'm one of the few that thinks this movie was pretty damn good, and any excuse to see the Enterprise E, which, hot take, I think was cooler than the Enterprise D. I mean, that thing was like kind of all saucery and bulky, while this thing looks sleek, ready to kick some ass. Now for online buys. I figured, I don't know, for my DC Heroes collection, it was time to get Aquaman. What prompted it is I saw, like, for the Endless Winter Wave from McFarlane, I saw this cool-looking one where he's got the long hair, but I really don't collect the McFarlane ones because I'm not investing in 7-inch line. when I've already got so many 6-inch scale DCs. So I made sure to get the Mattel long-haired variant here. Gives us a front party in the back. It's got nice sculpted detail, the scales are fun. Fins on the back of the legs. It's got its trident. Yeah, he's looking good. This is just an all-around good Aquaman figure. It's like nothing too fancy, not over-designed, just simple and to the point. But if I was getting Aquaman, I had to get his nemesis Black Manta, and I chose to get the movie version because that looked so badass. I mean, I went into that movie really not knowing anything about Aquaman or Black Manta. I really had no idea that Black Manta was, well, black. But this made him so good. That attack in Italy, he just shows up and just starts wreaking havoc. And the close-ups of the suit, the menacing way he'd stride towards you, and the detail on it's got all the little details. You know, a little red right there, glossy in some places, maxy black in others. I mean, look at that. Yeah, the thing that goes up the spine just starts lighting up before he shoots the deadly plasma beams from the ocular pieces. This is just... I had been eyeing this one for a long time, and since I was finally getting Aquaman, I just had to get this version of Black Manta. This is one of those cases where the live-action version looks so like the comic book counterpart that it just works. It just works. Will we stand up? Yeah. And then later on, since I got an eBay offer, I decided I needed more Spider friends on the shelf. I already had Mary Jane Watson and J. Jonah Jameson, who, yeah, if you follow the comics, he's a Spider friend now and has been for a while. But all the buzz about Miles Morales, well, I really only know him from the movie, but he has popped up lately, not only in Spider-Man comics, but briefly cameos in Iron Man and Miss Marvel, and I knew who he was long before Into the Spider-Verse because of blurbs and newspaper articles mentioning how in the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man was dead and he took over. So I thought that Gamerverse figure, that's the one to get. I mean, it's not too short, not too tall. It's got all sorts of textured detail right here. See, and I love the spider symbol. Love the spider symbol on the back. Like the details on the hands. Come on, focus. Come on, focus. Fine. And you still got that textured detail up here. The eyes look great. Yeah, focus on that. I mean, it's got all the standard posability you'd expect from a Spider-Man figure. I mean, this is like double jointed. Knees and elbows, bicep swivel, butterfly joint. I mean, this is all you could ask for in one of the other Spider-Men. I mean, there's a craze right now going on getting the retro-carded symbiote Spidey and Ben Reilly Spider-Man, but for now, this is all I need. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, something else I traded in for at that toy shop. I didn't even need to get more Switch software. I've been eyeing that. I've caught up on all the mainline Sonic games, except for Sonic Mania, since it takes place in an alternate timeline where things are different after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so I wasn't too interested at first, but I've been hearing, wow, this is great, this is the best Sonic game of the last decade, so might as well get the pack in with Team Sonic Racing. Well, I mean, why not? 2 for 1. And as for other games, I was itching to add another Famicom game to my collection, so this is one of those Adventure Island games that wasn't released outside Japan. Not Adventure Island 4, it's actually based on an anime based on the game's called, like, Bug-tte Honey, something like that. So it's, my first, I've never played these before, so my first taste of the series might be a game based on an anime based on a game. I mean, it's not going to be as wonky as the Street Fighter movie games, right? And even those weren't that bad, considering who you talk to. Okay, to wrap this up, we got a Funko Pop. Now, normally I don't collect these. In fact, the only one I have before this is this, of Wendy Marvell from Fairy Tail, signed by Brittany Parvalsky. She was at a small con here a few years ago, and to get something signed by her, it was slim pickings. I mean, they don't really make any figures. It's just bad luck. I mean, I never got into One Piece or Naruto, but they make figures out of those out the ass. But for Fairy Tail, these little statuettes, and they don't even have one for Wendy. That's the best you can hope for. And as for PlayStation, it was like Sony's platform franchises. I never really played Jack or Ratchet. Sly Cooper was my GM, but he never got any figures. So this will have to do. But I figured it'll do, because I mean, the eyes on these Funkos, they are funky. It's like that movie Coraline. They're just kind of creepy looking. Ugh. But sometimes, when he's in all stealth modes, Sly Cooper's eyes go straight white. So this kind of works. Until I figure out how to make my own customs or whatever, or buy a custom, this will have to do for Sly Cooper representation on my show. I mean, I love the series, and I'm really hoping... This only came out less than a year ago, so hopefully that means we plan on doing something with the franchise again. So for now, this will have to do.